Introduce yourself. Bill Ames is here by way of conference call.
Oh, okay.
Good morning. Good morning, Kelly.
Good morning. Did you enjoy your vacation? Great. Anyhow, Kelly Withum, Director of the Downtown Lebanon Business Improvement District. I am here today to discuss the Main Street application. DCED came back with some recommendations. One was they wanted to see a little more exact budgeting, and they wanted to not just have well wishes, letters of support for programming, but they wanted to see letters of financial support. In the budget, it was stated that a manager director would be supported because we would be running programs simultaneously since the goals are very similar. But there was some question on whether that was sustainable or not. So I am here today to request a letter of financial support as an endorsement for the program to be able to give to DCED.
I guess we need to have some parameters or some understanding of what we'd be committing to. A letter of support is one thing, but to project support into the future of a financial nature is kind of unusual for us.
Right. I had requested that if the support from the county would be $2,000 a year for $2,000 a year for 5 years. I think that would be a great way of supporting the Main Street program and to demonstrate that you see quality in the programming and what we want to do moving forward.
Comment?
I have numerous questions.
Oh, please.
Okay, and I know you're the messenger, so but I have some very hard questions that I need answered before I can commit financially. And some of those things start out with, I have nothing in writing. The original application or what the revisions are. I mean, I need an executive summary in writing, something that I have that I can read. I don't do things just verbally. I get everything in writing.
Right. I thought I had shared an executive summary, but I will be glad to send that along.
I would appreciate it. And the next is, what are your successes to date?
Our successes to date are foundation building. We've been doing tremendous foundation building, things that are not full of glitter and glamour, but we've been doing some policy writing. We have been putting together committees to actually achieve the goals. Being an organization of one, it makes it difficult to actually be in all places at all times, so I need committees and people to support it. We have been very active in meeting with property owners, business owners, trying to do some quick and easy kind of programming that would be helpful for the community for the holiday season. We had one of our own rising stars, Katie Trainer, who has been doing murals all over the general area, probably Tri-County area, and she did the paintings on the windows downtown so it didn't look empty for the holiday season. We also did a progressive shopping card to try to get people to shop in the downtown over the holidays. We had 1,000 printed. We had a 10% return rate. which was great for just starting to promote that. We've been working very diligently on a campaign called Lebanon Made. We had a public meeting last night that was fairly successful, and the Lebanon Made program is to promote things, people, history, manufacturing of what is made here in the county. Obviously, my focus is the downtown, so my ultimate goal is to get some of the makers perhaps to take brick and mortar in our downtown. But if we promote and connect our makers in our community, I think we raise all the communities in the county as well as in the city. We have actually several committees under Lebanon Made. We have an overarching committee. We have a committee who is working on a festival that we'll be having to celebrate our makers in June 16th. Which is the Makers Fest. I've been partnering with the Lebanon Valley Council on the Arts to enhance First Fridays. So that's a few things.
Okay. Thank you for that overview. It helps to hear them. And the next is an expenditure report. Did you bring a budget so that, just like DCED, I have not seen a budget or an updated budget. I would like that. And this is one of the tougher questions I have to ask. Was any of the money allocated to the bid used to go to court in the instance of the day reporting center?
No, that all was from the city.
Okay.
No funds. Actually, the bid had absolutely nothing to do with that.
All right, so then did the bid in any way survey business and property owners about if they wanted to see that fought, do you know?
That was before I came on.
Okay.
That was already in the courts and being decided by this is only the beginning of my 12th month, 11th
Okay.
month. So that was already in the courts. And it is my opinion, rightly or wrongly, that once something is in the courts, you should kind of step back and let that take its course.
That's perfectly understandable, but I'm just relaying questions that have been posed to me, and I did not have answers.
Right. Quite frankly, I see no impact on the downtown.
Okay. And the bid does not rise to the level of zoning, is that correct?
I'm sorry?
The bid does not rise to the level of zoning enforcement.
No.
Okay.
No, we work with zoning, and we inquire with zoning, but we are not have anything to do with zoning enforcement.
Okay, I think people need to hear that again. And
Yeah.
then the final question has to do with, the one thing you didn't mention was your cleanup of sidewalks and things.
Mm-hmm.
Can you kind of outline where that happens and the time frames it happens?
It happens until we actually have frost, because once we have frost, the litter and things freeze to the ground, and therefore the machine cannot pick it up. It is the sidewalks within the bid, roughly, and it hog jogs, but roughly Chestnut to Willow, and from 4th to 11th.
That's very effective, by the way. Very effective.
Good. I'm glad you see the impact.
Oh, yeah.
We also want to put in place other litter control measures, and perhaps a few more waste cans, and work on some efforts so people don't litter.
Right.
And then we will also be participating in the National Cleanup Day in the spring.
All right, well, the specific instance that I was presented with was at 116 South 9th Street. Apparently,
I'm sorry?
116 South 9th, apparently there was a fire.
Uh-huh.
And there's, it's boarded up, but there was broken glass, and there's still broken glass on the
Right.
sidewalk around that. And no
Right.
one has cleaned it up, and that was a concern that
Right.
was passed on.
I have to say that the litter cleanup does not relieve the responsibility of the property owners in managing their property. It just aids in that effort.
Right.
I don't think we should be involved in fire aftermath cleanup.
No, I think that would actually create a whole different layer of liabilities.
Okay, well, 30 days have gone by theoretically, and it's still on the sidewalk in some respects, and there was a concern raised, and I'm simply passing it on to you. If you're not the proper avenue, perhaps that could be passed on to the proper avenue. Thank you. That's all my questions.
Okay, I will be sure to get a budget and an executive summary to you.
Thank you.
That probably Monday, if that works.
That's fine.
So
Okay.
as you've survived the tough questions, how about a couple softballs here? Your lighting and, I guess you're talking, at least in the past, about putting enhanced lighting downtown and those kind of things. Any progress on that and cameras, things like that?
No, the cameras, though, there is a lot of progress in the cameras. One of the delays with that was the bandwidth, so we had to get more, I'm not technical savvy here, so we had to get more bandwidth or stronger internet or whatever. That has been put in place. And actually, the monitors go in on Monday, so that is quickly moving forward.
Okay. And the $2,000 you're asking, could we, if we were to agree to do that, would we be able to say we could allocate that to additional lighting for safety or something specific like that, or is that?
Actually, the way the Main Street program now operates it. In the past, when I was involved with it years ago, it was a matter of they funded the administration funding, and then the community would contribute to programming. Now it has completely flip-flopped, where they will support programming, but they will not support administrating. So I have to demonstrate that other people will support the administrative funds.
Gotcha.
But you could say, we are supporting in your support letter, you could say, we are supporting the administrator to, conduct X,
safety.
Y, and Z.
Okay. And what's your timetable for this letter that you need from us?
It would be great if I told them that we would have the revision back to them by, it would be mid-February, so if we could have it in a week or so, that would be wonderful.
It would be 2 weeks.
Pardon me?
It would be 2 weeks.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Bill.
I think the request is very minimal, and it makes sense to be spread out over 5 years. So it appears that, and I know sometimes at the county level too, we get behind in getting these requests in, and I know the state, when they give you some information, then they want to turn it around quickly. So with that in mind, and I think the relationship between this Main Street project and tourism in Lebanon County, I would make a motion that the county commissioners commit $2,000 a year for the next 5 years from our tourism fund that we maintain as county commissioners.
Okay. Is there a second?
Kelly, I want you to know that I am not against this proposal. However, I don't believe in getting the cart before the horse, and I would like to see the things that I ask for before I participate in an affirmative vote.
Is there a second?
Not at this time.
Okay, I'll second the motion. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion, please indicate by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
So moved.
I will still make
sure.
sure that you get that information.
I think you gave us a pretty good overview, and I'm satisfied that the quality's there, so I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you, Commissioner Ames.
Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you.
Thank you.